Hi everyone, I just wanted to make this quick little video going over some of the tools I've saved in my mini custom panels that you always see on live streams and in tutorials. So if you're curious about how to create a custom panel and save your brushes and tools, I've made a video for that and I've put it up there. So here we have my second TVPaint brush pack. This is by far my favourite brush pack that I've made so far. What you don't usually see is these two panels under here, and these are not connected to the brush pack, but I have linked them in with a horizontal separator, and this is actually for the to the camera speaking portions of my story times, and it's an anim brush that I've just drawn out my poses and I've highlighted them in the panel and then used the cut brush tool to cut them out. And it's exactly the same with these eyes. If I go down, the animation is set to none because I like to be able to use the slider to scroll through my eye sets, and I have a set of pupils, eyebrows in different positions, and also this set of happy mouths and this set of sad mouth shapes. These are very helpful for making the to the camera lip sync portions of the story times a little less tedious, and there is a specific way that I do these. I will show you in another video. That's going to be part of the how I made this series. And then these colours down here were for the Amazing's character, who very kindly voiced some lines in the next story time, and I just needed to save his colour palette. This panel is a little bit different to this one because this is a mishmash of all the brushes and tools and textures that I have made in other freelance projects, and I've liked them so much that I've kept them and brought them into their own individual panel to sit at the side of my canvas so I can use them in any future animation project that I like. So usually when I'll do freelance work, especially if we're in a team, I will create the brushes that I need and save the color palettes and textures that I'm using on a specific project. We have a lining brush, a solid colour brush, another line that's slightly different to the first, and this is an eraser for delicate details because one of the projects was very fiddly. Then we have this grain, which is similar to my speckle brush but it's a bit more dense, and then this is just a saved fill tool, which if I go here I can right click, grab current tool, and that goes for anything in this panel that you want to save to your own. So I'm just gonna delete that. So after this fill tool, we had this brush. It's actually an anim brush made with the grain brush from before, but you'll notice that if I try and move it across, it's quite inconsistent. There's thicker, darker areas, and I needed something a bit more even. I eventually messed around with that brush and made this 3-frame anim brush that would cover a bit more area, be a bit softer, and this was actually really good for when I had to add moving textures to some of the animated sections. I just made everything go so much quicker. Now after the anim grainy brush, I also saved this, which is basically just the filled stroke in TVPaint. There's no special settings or anything like that. And then this is the same tool, but the mode is set to erase instead. And we've got a regular eraser and another lining brush. And then I have two horizontal separators that are full of colours. Again, these are a mishmash of colour palettes from projects that I've worked on. They're just the ones that I liked and wanted to save. Some of these extra ones are saved from colour palettes that I have generated using the Colours website. And these colours are actually used for my branding on YouTube. You'll definitely recognise the pink and the yellow for the How I Made This series, and then we have the green and the blue as like little accents in that logo. They're just so handy to have here. And I also use these colours with a textured brush and then mess about in the blending modes of TVPaint to create some nice textures and overlays and things. So this custom panel might look complicated, but it's really very simple. These are the tools that I've saved that I use often, and these are the colour palettes that I like, and I can pick from them if I'm stuck with a project. So when you make your own custom panels, it's really all about adding things that are going to help you make your animations faster, are going to make your workflow easier. So in the custom panel tutorial that I made. To make a bookmark, I'd need to right click and select toggle bookmark, and I'd need to do the same to get rid of it. But with that custom panel addition, I just needed to click it once. As always, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you've got any requests or questions, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can.